Is this nigga serious?
How's everyone's New Year? How everyone's New Year so far? Hopefully it's going great. Hopefully everyone's New Year's going great. Mine's been kind of, for the most part. I'm not gonna go too much detail about it, but one of like a good thing that's happened is like, I'm gonna be on TV because 2 days ago I became an extra for a show called Chicago PD. If you don't know what Chicago PD is, it's basically like a cop show, basically like a show about like the police district and stuff like that, and like takes place in Chicago and stuff like that. And I got the chance to be an extra there. It's a really decent watch. I suggest you to watch it if you want to. You don't like it, then oh well. But yeah, anyway, that's not the point. That's not what you came here for. So yeah, I've been meaning to also talk about this manga for a while now, but I wanted to wait until a couple of chapters. I wanted to wait for some more chapters to come out because I didn't want to like talk about a manga that's only like 10 or so chapters, and then like it ends, and then blah blah blah, all that good stuff. And just I wanted to wait for the chapter for Gachiakuta to like kind of like simmer a little, because I want to like see more and add some more questions, stuff like that. And I wanted to see if any of my questions were going to be answered so far, which a few of them are. But there's one particular question that still has remained to be answered yet, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this later on as the manga progresses. I'm pretty sure we will. Is with LUDO also. Let me give you a little rundown about what Gachiakuta is. It's about trash. The manga is trash. The manga is trash, air quotes. That's the best way I can say it. I really recommend you should read it. It's trash. But yeah, anyway, so there's these in the world of Gachiakuta, there are these things like called Hanju, aka aberrant beast, and they only exist on like I guess you could say like in like the low, like just on Earth and stuff like that. Because okay, it's weird. So in the manga, there's like a floating like city. Like our main character, he's from like this floating like city. Well, not city, but city, but area. Like it's floating above like in the sky and stuff like that. And he gets like his name is LUDO, and he gets casted like he basically gets executioned to die, and to die from like the big fall, but he ends up surviving the fall to like that. But actually no, I'm not gonna say. I'll say that a little bit later. Anyway, he encounters like these huge like monsters that's made of like garbage and like waste and all that stuff like that. Like it's made out of like garbage and stuff like that. And throughout the whole manga, they like LUDO and like other people with him, they encounter like these Hanjus, these like beasts, these garbage beasts. They encounter them, and for the most part, like they don't not really look the same. Like they look the same in the sense like, oh, they're all made of trash, but they're very like different. They act different, because they even say in the manga like these type of beasts like kind of act different than others. Like smaller ones will just like hunt, and smaller ones will like attack in like big groups, and then obviously the bigger ones will like be like alone and on their own, and really like more stronger than the smaller ones due to sheer strength. And for the most part, like majority, like I guess I would say majority, almost all of them have been really like taking the form of like creatures, like of like animals and stuff like that, to fit more of the role of the beast, And then when I was rereading like the latest chapter of it, I think it has 41 chapters, I think 41, 42, 41 to 42 chapters currently right now. Again, I recommend that you should read it. It's a good read. It's a nice read. I enjoy it, and you of course you'll expect me to like do some more videos and stuff like that about it in the future. Anyway, in the early chapters, I want to say chapter 7, when Ludo is like fallen like from the sky, like falling from the sky, like a city. He's fallen, and there's like he looks to like I guess to his like side in the distance. There's like this big creature. There's like this big like it looks like a Hanju. It looks like a Hanju. However, it doesn't look like any of the Hanju that we've like seen and encountered so far. Because this one seems to be more man. It seems to resemble more of like a person. Because the way how it's like body, and I'll like put a picture up right here. Because the way how its body is, it's kind of like slumped over, like it's like sitting. Like it's just like kind of like sitting with its head down and stuff like that, and has like metal like rods or something like it on its like back, or like kind of like directly look like it on its spine. I was curious on like whether are we gonna see like more of like this like this Hanju man creature thing. We haven't so far. However, in one of the chapters, there's a character. Her name is Simu. Yeah, Simu. She has the ability to basically kind of like see people, like sees like not people, but like people's givers like potential. And of course, let me give you a little rundown on what givers are. Givers are people that are gifted with the abilities to use jinkies and stuff like that. And what are jinkies? Jinkies are basically like thought like something like you basically kind of like manifest something and to give it strength. I do plan on going like making another like video about like kind of like diving more deeper into like what our givers are and what our jinkies are. So yeah, I will be doing a video on that soon. So yeah, and so Simu, she has the ability to like see givers potential, and when she looks at Ludo's potential, it like the first time they show it, and I think it was chapter 7. Yeah, in chapter 7 when they first showed it, I think it was chapter 7. I think no, Ludo saw the Hanju like man like Hanju thing, I think in chapter 4, and Simu like sees Ludo's potential in chapter 7. I got that mixed up. But yeah, she sees Ludo's potential, and the first time we see it is kind of like great, like it's like great out. Like the first time she sees it, she's like shocked, and it's like interesting because she sees something that's like very like alarming. Like something like maybe he has like he has like a lot of great like strength or something, or maybe something deeper inside that she's not telling. Because she tells Ludo and them like, oh, your physical ability is great, your jinky ability is good, but you just need a little bit more training with it to control it. But she leaves out the part about like what she saw, and we see it in chapter 38, I think. Yeah, 38. And she's like talking with the head of like the group, like the head janitor, because the group that Ludo and stuff is in, they're like called janitors and stuff like that, which is funny because garbage, janitor, and they fight like these like beast monsters that's made out of garbage. Is like, anyway, yeah. So she's talking with the head janitor, and the head janitor like asks her, because she knows will notice that like she's very like Samu's very invested into Ludo, and he asks her, is this like something up like with Ludo or something like that? And Samu says like there's something in Ludo that's like much like that's greater, like darker, something like that, something that can like basically something that can destroy the world. It's almost like it's a curse. And when I read that chapter, I didn't really think much of it. But then I went back to reread. I reread some of the chapters, and it's like, what if it has to do with the man, like with the apparition, like beast, like man thing, like not apparition, but aberrant man, like thing that Ludo saw when he was falling from the sky. Because again, and also another thing too is that when he looked at the Hanju man, like at the garbage man, the giant garbage man that was like hunched over, it didn't look at him back or nothing. Ludo saw it, and then his eyes like did a little like the little like the little anime like star thing was like ching, like when an anime character is about to get serious, something like that, or they get like an idea and they get like the little like eyes like star eyes like you know. And I'm just like thinking like, what if it has to do with that? What if it has to do with that? What if it has to do with that thing, And also another like reason why I think it might also have to do with it, like why Ludo and that thing might be connected is also because like Ludo's like Jinky ability. And when it comes to like Jinky and like having a Jinky ability, it's only like effective like for most other people like in the manga that's like have Jinkies. It's all tied to like one specific item, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong though, but if that item were to break, then they lost their Jinky. I'm not sure if they could use like another like of the same item, or maybe just that one particular. I'm not really sure. I have to go back to see. But if it's like that one's destroyed, then it's like kind of like gone for good or something like that. But with Ludo, his abilities basically he could turn anything into like a weapon. So like, for example, let me see what I got here. Like this this nail clipper. Let's say Ludo grabs a nail clipper. He grabs it. It becomes like a giant, like I don't know, like multi-tool like nail clipper and stuff like that, and something I don't know, or maybe like this pencil. He grabs a pencil. It becomes like a big like spear javelin, but that still resembles a pencil, and you can like throw it and stuff like that, or something, or like you like use the back of it to like erase something. Because when Ludo does turn something into a Jinky, based on what kind of weapon what kind of thing he turned into, it has like a special like ability to it, and we know that because in one of the chapters he was fighting against this guy with like dreadlocks. I forgot his name. I'll put a picture up in his like name up here somewhere. But he fights against him, and he's using like a charm. He had like the charm was given to him by someone, and Ludo uses this charm and transform into a Jinky. And basically what it did, it basically like protected him from like any like majority of the attacks. There was a way like the Dreadhead guy found around it. I forgot how he like did it, but he found a way around it. But still, any like certain Jinkies that he had, like certain things given to Ludo, can like have like a special ability when it's turned into a weapon, because he did it earlier against Zonka, one of the janitors. He fought one of the janitors and he used like a plunger, and the plunger didn't really have no special ability to it. It was just like a bigger, like slightly kind of cool, like this like big like plunger with like cool, like nice little designs on like the stick, like on the handle of like the stick of the plunger, stuff like that. So yeah. And what I'm thinking is that what if like, and this is again, I'm just spitballing here. What if the beast man, the garbage man that Ludo saw, what if that is like maybe like the source, aka the curse of his like Jinky, and because of that, that's why Ludo is able to like basically kind of have like, because Ludo, like I feel like Ludo's abilities kind of like is high key broken in a way, to be able to turn any object into a Jinky and to have like different abilities. Meanwhile, other givers, like other people that have Jinkies, other people that like other givers are only given like can only like do one weapon and that they're tied to and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Ludo can like essentially use almost anything as a weapon, and it's like, maybe could do with that, or maybe could also like do with like the symbol that's on his like gloves. because they made, because in the manga they made mention of the symbol like on his gloves, and like Ludo's gloves, like the symbol on his gloves, and also there was like another character that had the same symbol on their shoes and stuff like that. So it's like, what if like the connection to that, like to Ludo and the symbol, it could also like maybe have to do with the garbage, like the big garbage man or something like that. I don't really know. I'm just spitballing. It could mean a lot of things. And so yeah, we're gonna have to wait to see like later on in the later on to see if or when the manga is gonna like progress enough to the point where they'll like start to address like more about Ludo and stuff like that. Because so far, like at the beginning, we started like so far like in the manga, it's kind of like it like, talked a little bit about Ludo, but then like had like a big chunk, like big, well, obviously a big chunk, but like a huge like cliffhanger thing like about like Ludo, and like something more about him is more spreading out to like other characters, which is a good thing. I don't really mind it. I just hope to eventually like they'll like, I kind of hope they kind of like feed us like a little bit more of like nuggets, like how they currently do, but feeding more nuggets of what is up with like Ludo and like his ability, like what, like the symbol like on his gloves, how does that relate to him, and could it possibly be related to the giant garbage man that he saw when he was like fallen, you know? And so yeah, let me know what you think about this video. Did you like it? What are some things I could like work on and all that good stuff? And also let me know if you've read Gachiakuta. If you have, what do you think about it? What are some things you like? What are some things you dislike about it? And I will promise to like try to upload a little bit more constantly, a little bit more daily, and like do some more videos and stuff like that. But definitely expect me to do more videos on Gachiakuta, because I really like, I enjoy this manga. I think it's a good read, and I suggest you guys should like read it too, because this is gonna be Captain Pirate D God signing off. Yard.